Give it up for the train wrecks, everybody. First time we've ever had improv on the stage. That was exciting, huh?
Yeah.
That was very fun. I really enjoyed the pizza bit. I'm a little upset that I missed the other bit, but the bartender had an emergency, so I was waiting for a drink for a minute, but it's okay. I really liked the pizza bit, though. You guys did awesome. Thank you for coming. Elena, I really don't want to butcher your last name, so I'm just going to bring you up as Elena V. Okay, cool. So we'll be bringing up the next comic shortly, but just one question I have to ask for you guys for the probably the third or fourth time, but you guys doing good?
Yeah.
Who's the new guy in the sweater that showed up?
Zach.
Zach, you going up on stage tonight?
Not today. I got some funny stories, but not today.
Not today?
Next
all
week.
Right. All right, next week. I'll hold you to it.
My life's a joke, so it's pretty funny.
Hey, we've all been there, buddy. It gets better. Definitely gets better, but that's nice. We always encourage new people to come on stage and share their stories and, tell jokes and have fun. Like I was telling them in there, here earlier when you were not here. I wouldn't be here where I am today if I didn't get up on stage for the very first time. I'll reintroduce myself. My name is James G. Davis. I am the owner of Stand Up for 219 Productions, and I host a weekly open mic, and I do monthly shows here on Saturday. So thank you for coming out.
No problem, thank you.
With that being said, we're going to bring your first comic up to the stage, everybody. Please give a warm welcome to Elena V.
Hey.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, or, geez, I can't even say that nowadays. That's so politically incorrect. Ladies, gentlemen, thee, they, those, who, what, where, when, and why. That's how I self-identify these days. Or, I don't know, something said something. I got my timer set, so that's good. So, let myself introduce myself. My name's Elena V. And I'm originally from Chicago, and I've been living in Northwest Indiana for the past 30 years, so my friends like to say to me, well, you're grandfathered in. They like to call me a Hoosier Yankee, so that's always a hoot. So when I first started driving in Northwest Indiana, because I was told, it's not like Chicago, it's a red state, and, these are Christian people that live here and everything. And I was like, well, that's awesome, because, Chicago's, it's just, I don't know, whatever. It's a melting pot, I guess. So anyway, true story. So I was driving, and I got lost. I was taking side roads because I feared taking expressways. For some reason, I think, I don't know, I visualized myself in a crash and getting decapitated and, having a hard time putting that back on. And, but anyway, so I'm driving down the back roads, and I don't know where I was on US 12 or something, and so I see one of those signs that says, Jesus saves. And I go, yeah, this is very true. I'm a Christian and proud of it. And then, I go back, down even further, and the next sign said, hell is real. I go, yes it is. Hell is real. And next thing you know, I'm developing some kind of southern dialect as I'm agreeing with these signs. And so a little further down there, I see another sign, and it says, what's that? Oh, come on. Drawing a blank. One of those stripper places. You know what I'm talking about, Jacob. Deja vu. Jacob was there last night. I said, well, let's see. First we got Jesus. And then we got hell. And then we got the strip club. Now, see, I don't know. I think there's something, it's wrong there. I think it should be, first there's the strip club, see, and then you're stepping in hell a little bit. You feel the flames, and you're like, wait a minute. There's Jesus, so you're grabbing onto Jesus, and then He saves you, and then everything comes together because we're all connected. So, really quick, let's see. Oh, I got 2.5 more minutes here. Can I have a little more extended time?
Oh, you're good.
Oh, that's great. Okay, so let's talk about, there's homosexuals in the world, and straight Phil, and homosexuals, and whatever. But anyway, so there's a high probability I'm a homosexual. And I say it that way because, my parents are like, you better not be a homosexual. I said, well, I'm a homosexual. And that scared them at first because they thought, well, at first they thought I said a homicidal maniac because of the homo. So that was kind of my foot in the door. But then they were like, well, as long as she's not a homicidal maniac, we'll put up with her homosexuality. But prior to that, I said, well, Jesus would not like the fact that I'm a homicidal maniac or sexual. So, full confession, folks. It's a true story. When I was 20 years old, I went out with my college professor. Now, granted, it was only a 2-year college. It wasn't like Harvard or anything, so it wasn't really a big deal. It was like, okay. So he pulls up, this was after our classes, and, I already got my A. I didn't need to bang anybody to get an A. No, I was using him as a cover-up so that people don't think I'm a homosexual. So he pulls up, he actually had a BMW. I says, oh my God, this is meant to be, because my dream car was a BMW. I says, well, maybe this is Jesus' way of saying you're straight. So I get in the BMW, and we're cruising down, and he goes, well, he was from Pakistan, actually, yeah. So he says in his accent, he goes, so Elena, I heard that your birthday's coming up in May. And I said, yeah. And I said, so gonna make any plans or anything? He said, well, I'd like to take you to Chicago and take you to an Indian restaurant. So we're driving down 41. And see, but in Northwest Indiana, in Hoosierville's, 41 is 41. And then, but for me, being a Chicagoan, what is that? It's LSD, not the drug. It's Lakeshore Drive. So we're driving down Lakeshore Drive. And as we're driving down, he looks at me. He says, Elena, I think for your birthday, we should make love. And at this point, in my gut, you ever have that feeling in your gut where it's like you feel like your soul is still residing in your torso, but it's trying to escape? Yeah, that's the same feeling I had. Well, needless to say, I went out with him again because I just didn't want to be gay. And what was his name? You'll never guess what his name was, I swear.
Steve.
He's close. His name, because he was Indian, his name was Vaj, for short, Vaj. And I thought, well, that's something. Vaj, Elena, make a choice. Are you going to go out with Vaj, or are you going to secretly seek out Vag? See? So for the time being, I thought, well, I'll go out with Vag, so I can hide the fact I'm really into Vag, and no one will put two and two together. And that didn't last long because he just kept wanting to touch and fondle places and things like that, and I got grossed out. And so that was the end of that dating aspect. And only in Northwest Indiana, folks, can you see signs of hell and Jesus and date your college professor at the same time. So that's been my experience. But thank you, everybody, for coming out tonight and listening to my story. And we'll bring up the next contestant if the price is right. Oh, wrong show. Thank you, James.
Give it up for Elena V, everybody, one more time. Very good. I like it. You're getting comfortable up here.